Hey YouTube, another pedal I've borrowed. This is a Redbeard Effects Red Mist Mark IV. Done a little bit of looking up for this one. Redbeard, there's like the guy from Skindred, something like that, and some guy from Thorpe Pedals. Got it together. It's a made in the UK, small batch, probably handmade, I'd imagine. Just a pedal brand. They kind of look to be, I think they're on special offer just now, but it's like 200 quid, some 150, 200 quid type pedals. And it's a unique circuit. So it's not like a Rat or a Tube Screamer or something. This is something else. I have no idea what it sounds like. I'm going to try and keep this, I'm trying to beat the algorithm and try and keep this video really short, which is already failing because I just talk too much. Tonight I'm actually playing a gig in Paisley, so you should be there, not watching this. So I'm playing to the Orange TH30. I'm glad it says so on the front. I always forget, using my 86 Roadstar RG140. This is it without the pedal on. Which is fine, so let's see what this does. Apparently it goes from, if you use it like really clean, you can use it like as a boost, and if you into like your distortion channel, or you can use it as just like into your clean channel. It's a total pedal. So I've not touched the knobs on it, so this is how it came set, assuming it's not been adjusted. So it might be really loud. I'm going to turn it on. Maybe be sensible and turn the volume of the guitar down. Turn it on. Quite pleased to turn the volume of the guitar down. Turn the volume down a bit. Noon, everything. Well, that's what it sounds like at full bung, or full gain. Using the humbucker on the bridge here. Bit noisy. I'm terrible at describing what these are doing. That's quite a powerful EQ on it. I think the trick with a lot of these things is the mid control. Actually, I was going to do a wee backing track to play solo over at the pedal. I was just doing a video. It was this 1991 pedal, so the backing track's still on that pedal. So this should sound different. So if I just put that on, louder. Just 4. Imagine how different it sounded there just when I was my camera's not wanting to sit on that stupid cheap stand thing I'm using. You can angle that so I can actually see it. Well, you can see it anyway. Yeah, so I would put this into the boutique pedal category. I think with a lot of these pedals, I mean, this is not high-end stuff I'm using, but it's quality pro level stuff, you know, like kind of an Alan Holdsworth guitar and a all tube orange steady water. That's, in my eyes, that's well giggable and well good quality stuff. I think with a lot of these pedals, like £150, £200 pedal, if you're running through like a wee 10 watt Marshall and you've got like a Squire Strat, yeah, you don't really want. These things are not going to sound great through it. If you they are going to sound great. They're going to sound better than your £20 Behringer pedal, but not a lot better because you're hitting limitations of the stuff you're playing through anyway. So it's like that whole thing with like hi-fi components where you can spend a lot of money. You can spend hundreds of pounds on the things that connect your record player to the amp and speaker cable and all that stuff. It's kind of, if you want the best of the best, which I've heard before with pedals. It's like people are often saying they can't afford the most expensive guitar and the most expensive amp. Who can? The most expensive guitar. I mean, not even the most expensive. You can, guitar. So you can spend 10 grand on a guitar, nay bother. Like 5 grand's not even. These are pure insane amounts of money, and the same on hand wired Fender amps and all that stuff. So whereas with pedals, you kind of can afford the most expensive pedals. The sort of boutique handmade stuff. So in that case, you can have the best of best pedals, and then still have good quality other stuff. So that the whole pedal thing's a bit of a weird one, and I understand why people get obsessed with pedals. The other thing as well is you can have a drawer full of pedals. It doesn't take up that much room, whereas amps and guitars do take up quite a lot of room. So you can also smuggle them past the wife and things like that, which is part of it. But some people, I'm just not a pedal guy, even though I'm doing pedal videos, which is. But I do like pedals, but I mean, again, this one, I mean, I love it. It's great. Quite a bit of bite to it. Oh, that's the nip down. What I do find with these sort of handmadey type jobs is that they've been thought about. So I mean, okay, I'm going for the old. I talked about this the other day. We're at 11 minutes. I failed my 10-minute thing. Okay, it's going to be 50 minutes long. Being able to put all the knobs at noon sort of thing, and then getting a good sound to start off with. That's how you want to start. And these things, because they're designed by a couple of folk, they tend to do that. Okay, the volume on this is maybe not set, but that doesn't matter. You know, the gain and the EQ in the middle is pretty good, and it seems to be very powerful what it is you can do with it if you really want to sculpt it into something else. I just want a pedal that I can turn on, same with amps, 12 o'clock all the way, and it's already pretty good and I can use it. And then I can tweak it to taste later on. I don't want to plug it in and go, oh God, and then sitting there, go so trebly, having to turn things down and things up just to make a sound that I find acceptable, which can happen. I dare say it's sort of, if you're looking at your Behringers and your what makes it not Moore? What's the one that make the Donner? Who's it that makes the wee rat pedal? Don't even know. Mosky. Oh, all these sort of Chinese ones. They might not necessarily work that same all the dials at noon sort of thing. I mean that rat pedal, for example, the filter. There's only got 3 knobs on a rat pedal. The filter knob's in the wrong place. So to get like the original Proco rat, I've got the three knobs at 12 o'clock. You're ready to rock pretty much. Wee bit of tweaking of the filter, depending on which guitar it is you're playing. That's great. Whereas on the Mosky one, you have to have the filter up at like 3/4, and then it sounds like that one does in the middle. So it's just not really thought about. It's got the wrong resistor in it, or some components slightly off, or not, the quality's not there, or something. You know, it still does the job. It still sounds fine. As I said before, if you're playing your Squire Strat through your 10 watt or your 20 watt Marshall, or you're into your Boss Katana or whatever like that, yeah, that's fine. It's not really going to sound any different from the real one, really. It's only when you start getting more expensive stuff that you're going to start notice these differences. But this one it is letting quite a lot of the actual sound of the guitar through. Transparency. That is noisy though. What's wrong with it? Yeah, that's me the guitar at full bung. You turn it down, it gets noisier. I don't know what's going on there. Also, again, it comes down to the idea with even watching videos, even like this. I mean, there's the mic, there's the amp. I know I'm standing in front of the amp, but I'm not standing between the mic and the amp. So you're kind of getting the sound of what that amp sounds like. And okay, I'm running through a couple of pedals, but they're all bypassed. There's a bypassed rat pedal and a bypassed fuzz pedal and a bypassed. Okay, it's a slight bit of capacitance, not a huge thing, but it's a bit more real. It's always difficult. I don't really understand how folk can gauge the sound of a pedal or a guitar when you're watching it on your phone or in your laptop. You know, I mean, okay, I mean, I've got my PC plugged into like a hi-fi, so maybe a little bit, but even then, it's like even YouTube compresses it and processes it, especially if you're using some sort of, like if you're DIing it and miking it up and EQing it and all that stuff. It's like, what's the sound of the actual guitar when you're actually playing it in the situation? And again, it comes down to these things sound different when you're playing at full volume in a band setting in the studio. So I could really only demo these sort of pedals in this situation, where what I would suggest would be what most people do. You're in your rock room, got your amp, got your guitar, playing away, brilliant. Once you start sticking it into a drum kit volume, any discrepancies and problems tend to be super amplified. I mean, the problem's amplified. I know the volume's amplified. That'd be silly to say it wasn't. But I mean, I guess it's one of those things. Is maybe if you just had lots of them. Like if you're pure mad into cheese, I used cheese before as an analogy. If you're pure mad into cheese, you'll be able to tell the difference between, you know, like I don't know, different types of cheddar. Like for me, it's like cheese really, as long as it's not minging or. You know, occasionally you get one that is really good, a really good cheese, but cheese is kind of cheese, really. You know, okay, I could tell you, I like Red Leicester's one of my favourites. But I mean, there's different types of Red Leicester. I buy Red Leicester. I don't know if I could tell the difference between Lidl Red Leicester and Asda Red Leicester and whoever else makes cheese Red Leicester. Like kind of, you know, I don't spend enough time comparing them. Because too many bloody guitars, too many amps, stuff like that. So I mean, I'm sitting here, this is what it sounds like with a. I'm using this guitar because it's like a humbucker. It's an Ibanez Super 70, and I've got sort of single coil sounds in it as well. It's a really good quality Strat, sports Strat. Things will sound different with a Les Paul or even better than a Les Paul, something like that. You know what I mean? I figure this kind of covers as much of the both of them as you can. Having the single coils, a humbucker, okay, it's the full scale length, it's not got the Les Paul, it's more Strat than Les Paul, but it's in the middle. Also, it makes a huge difference on the player. I tend to play one way. If you can play jazz and you know you can play with a much lighter touch. See there, it sounded quite fuzzy in a way, but didn't have the volume up at full. I do need to get a wee bit more into playing quietly. There's my pal Ivor sent me a video a couple of weeks ago of Rory Gallagher playing a song, and I don't even know if he's got pedals, and he certainly wasn't stomping one, but he was like playing amazing Rory Gallagher lead, and he gets to the verse, he's able to just kind of go, and he can get such a clean sound, and he must just be absolutely tickling the strings for the verse, and then it's like. I'm going to learn how to do that a little bit more. That sounds quite James Bondy, doesn't it? So there's my really short 10-minute video coming in at 20 minutes. I'm just cut down. I could keep talking for ages and playing the guitar. It sounds really good though. I'm really liking that riff. I wish I'd maybe try and remember that. Maybe try and use that as a song or something like that. Kind of a wee bit like the. Single coil. I love this guitar. Not the most expensive guitar I can get, but sometimes the bits that are there are just all right. So, Ibanez RG 140, low number. There's not really very many things better than a guitar like this. You put it up against anything. And if you do manage to find something better, I bet you it's thousands of pounds. And it won't be much better. It'll be that much better. Rock on! So I'm looking forward to my bottle of Bucky on tomorrow night. Even that'll be good. Got a gig tonight. I'm recording this in advance. That'll be good. I'll not be drinking at it. I'll be driving at it. That's why my if I was noticed my amp's not there. I can't be bothered carrying it and lift it in there. So there's a wee. I just stuck in a bass amp, which I'm going to sell. The wee Fender 25, which is a really good wee amp. But I'll be honest. A 25 watt bass amp with a 8-inch speaker, a 10-inch speaker, it just doesn't sound as good as a 150 watt one with a 15-inch speaker. Think of that as what you will, but that's it. It's like the old, it's like, oh, is it better off having a 12-inch speaker or 4 12-inch speakers? It's better. It sounds better when you've got 4. More is more. Rock on.